Going around. I know it's after lunch. I know we're in a little bit warmer of a room, but I wanted to elevate your sugar a little bit, so hopefully we can have a great session tonight. My name is Mike Tarenti. I am from Royal Neighbors of America. A question was already asked: do they let men work there? And the answer is yes. There are. We do employ males as well as females. And why would that question be asked? Who understands or who knows the history of Royal Neighbors?
Women owned.
Okay, women owned. Okay, women founded. The niche is women. Okay, yes, very much so. We think back 121 years ago now to 1895. There were 9 visionary women at that time that came together to form the foundation of what we know as Royal Neighbors of America. So we started out in Council Bluffs, Iowa. Again, these 9 women came together, and they were one of the first organizations to insure women, to insure children, to actually have tobacco, non-tobacco rates. Okay, these are all things that we don't think about today, but it was done at one time. And that has to do with Royal Neighbors of America. We are headquarters in Rock Island, Illinois. Our sales office is in Mesa, Arizona. I currently reside in Mesa, so I'm definitely glad I could be here today. A little Arizona weather going out there today. I understand this is a little bit above normal, and you're actually warmer than we are in Phoenix today. So before we get going, if you have a birthday that is between January and June, I want you to stand up and put your hands out like this. If you're July through December, stand up and put your hands out like this. All right, you ready? Okay, great. My wife never believes me when I tell her I go out of town and I get standing ovations every single time. Proof once again, standing ovation. So, thank you. That's not original. I did steal it from another wholesaler last year, so it does work well, though. It does help us to break the ice a little bit. Things that we're going to talk about today. First off is going to be our simplified issue graded death benefit product. We're going to talk about our agent mobile app. Spend a little bit of time on whole life, a little bit of time on single premium. We're also going to talk on our member benefits and our sales support team. Okay? I am the overhead projector, so you don't have to worry about the screen today. Can you guys hear me all right back there? Okay, good deal. Do you need a pen? You all right? They're free. I brought them with me to give out. Okay, now I see a bunch of hands. Let's get going. Yeah. You'll take a pen? You wouldn't take a packet, but you'll take a pen. And a cookie. All right. Do you want to pass this back? Sure.
You upgraded?
Yeah, that's right, a lot better.
Leonard. We need one for Leonard.
We got some more.
I'm
sorry.
No, you're fine.
So I want to talk again about what makes us different. And we say we're insurance with the difference, and I really think that resonates not only in the women's marketplace, but what we do overall. And part of what makes us different is our member benefits. Now, how many in here are appointed with Royal Neighbors? Okay, just about everybody. How many can produce their member benefit card? How many have their member benefit card? Okay. How many people know what your member benefit card looks like? If you don't, this is what it looks like. A little member benefit card. It's got a number on the front of it, which is your member number. It's got information on the back of it, which is key. Okay? How many people have used member benefits? Do you mind if I ask what you used it for?
Prescription discount.
Prescription discount. She's on drugs. Okay? Who else? Another one's on drugs. Oh, another one's used their benefits.
Yes. I use it for cruise.
To book a cruise. What'd you save?
About $100.
Okay, excellent. Who else?
Well, I actually did use it on dental benefits too.
Dental, vision, hearing aids, travel. How many people eat Papa John's? Okay, Papa John's, 40% off, just by putting the code in. Okay, how about these things? Optical. Okay, my member benefits save me 35% on my glasses. That was on top of what I had for for vision insurance. So it's key that you take a look and become familiar with your member benefit card. Okay? How many people in here have a will? Okay, let me ask the question, get some hands up. How many people don't have a will? And those that don't have a will are appointed with Royal Neighbors of America. Put your hands back up. Okay? Is there a reason why we haven't taken advantage of our legal discount service with the free, simple will and annual updates?
Don't have anything
I
to
haven't
will.
received my.
Don't have anything to will. You haven't received your benefit card.
Just
Okay?
got appointed last week.
You'll get yours pretty quick. Follow up with me, we'll make sure you get one. Okay? Your clients are entitled to a free simple will with annual updates with their certificate. They become a member of the society. They and everyone in the household can use the member benefits. And that's key. Okay, so you've got that. You've got that for you as an appointed agent. You've got that for every single client. Okay? Again, prescription drug discounts, vision discounts, dental, hearing aids, travel, pizza. I mean, there's a whole network of retail opportunity for you. In addition, those that are full members, which those are the certificate holders, they have access to our scholarships. They can apply for our scholarship program. Now inside everybody's packet, you have a nice little tri-float brochure, right when you open it up. When you open that up, on the back side, it describes the scholarships that we have available. Okay? This is a great little piece that you can carry, you can use with your consumers. We can order these for you. And it just gives a little synopsis of the member benefits that we have. So definitely something to familiarize yourself with, something that helps you not only with your sale, but to retain that person as a client. Because not only do they get their life insurance coverage, they also have their member benefits. Okay? The legal service is huge. I'm not going to ask for a show of hands of how many people had a ticket in the last year. But they have programs that help with tickets, okay? Divorce, bankruptcy, all kinds of things through the legal service. So just different things to look at when you talk about insurance with the difference and our member benefit program. Questions on the benefits? Sound like a good deal? Okay. Very good.
How do you know which retail location is it?
If you go on our website, royalneighbors.org, there is a laundry list under the member benefits. There's the network is called Affinity. The question was, how do I know which retailers the discounts are available? So royalneighbors.org, right in the middle of the screen, there's a drop down for member benefits, and then you can check the participating retail, and also you can look for your participating optometrists, dentists, pharmacies, okay, are all available right there. So I definitely encourage everybody to go out, utilize their member benefits. That way it'll help you with your sale with Royal Neighbors. Okay. Any other questions on member benefits? All right. How many people are familiar with our mobile app? How many people have agent access on their phone or an iPad or tablet? Good. How many people by the end of the day will have access on their phone, tablet? Yes, Ms. Brown. One of the things we came out with last year and it's definitely being enhanced this year, is our Agent Mobile app. Now, our Agent Mobile app right now allows you to quote our products, the whole life, the universal life, or everything but the universal life. Whole life, simplified issue whole life, our rated death benefit whole life, and our single premium whole life. Now, if you do not have agent access on your phone, and you have an iPad, iPhone, whatever, I don't know all the different I's that are out there, so what you'll need to do is you're going to email sales support, and that's at salessupport.royalneighbors.org, and they'll turn around and send you a coupon code, which you'll then redeem for Apple's business-to-business store. Okay, if you have an Android device, you can go out to the Google Play Store and search for Royal Neighbors or Agent Access and pull down the app right there. So if you're interested in earning an additional PIN, because I didn't bring cash today, the first one that I see that goes to email sales support will get another PIN, your choice of colors. So if you have an iPhone and you need a coupon code, sales support at royalneighbors.org, and I do get that email on my phone, so I'm not fibbing. Now, when I talk about our simplified issue rated death benefit product, what's great about the app is once you have it downloaded, you do not need an internet connection. So you can be an hour and a half away, 2 hours away, where you may not get reception, and you'll have everything that you need right there. It's great. How many people are utilizing the app? What kind of success have you had? How do you like it?
I love it. It's accurate.
Okay, it's accurate. Good. We thoroughly tested it. That is good. Okay, when you're using the Agent Mobile app, you put the client information right into the app. So I've got a 65-year-old female in the state of South Carolina, and I click on next. It tells me exactly what products are available for that 65-year-old female in the state of South Carolina. If I'm out on an appointment, I'm looking at the simplified issue, I click on the SIWL button. From there, I enter the face amount. Now you can also, on the app, it tells you exactly what's available. Minimum is $5,000, maximum is $25,000. I click on the calculate button, and up comes $102.61 per month. Right there. So it's that easy. You've got it right in the palm of your hand. Now our simplified issue product, what we do for the simplified issue, we do a telephone interview. Okay? The product is available between 50 and 85. Again, minimum is 5,000, maximum is 25,000. And we go through a point of sale phone interview with you and your client, whether in person or via a three-way call. Now the important thing to remember prior to the start of the call, you have to give the client the disclosure form that's in your packet, important information for use with the application completed by telephone. This has to be delivered to your client prior to the start of any of your point of sale calls. Once they have this, you're good to go. You can mail it, you can email it, you can fax it, you can hand deliver it. As long as the client has this form, you can complete the phone interview. Who's completed a phone interview this week? Okay. How long did it run? Start to finish about 20 minutes. Okay, did you have a decision for your client at the end of the call? Okay, always, you're gonna have a decision right there at the point of sale. Average time is about 22, 23 minutes from the time that you connect all the way through. What's also great about this is you no longer need a paper application. Okay, let me repeat, you no longer need a paper application. We've also designed a point of sale agent worksheet that you can use on your calls. You go out, you talk to your client. On the back, questions 2 through 9 down at the bottom are the medical questions direct from the application. So I don't have to haul the app around. 2 through 7 are going to be knockout questions. 8 and 9, they may still qualify for the graded death benefit product. So this makes it real simple. I carry my agent worksheet, I carry my disclosure form, and I may also carry my prescription drug list. Okay. This is nice because it's a great resource. It gives you the medications, they give you the medications, you can look it up, see whether or not A, it's on the list, B, if it is, what are we looking at? Are we looking at a graded? Are we looking at a simplified issue, or are we looking at a decline? Okay. So this is a handy resource for you to use while you're out in the field as well.
If there's a replacement, do you have to have the replacement form as well?
You will have to have the replacement form, yes.
I thought they do verbal
They do.
signatures on those now
You
too.
do, but they may ask for the form number on it.
They ask for the phone number, you usually call.
Right, but,
Yes.
but you don't need to send it in to you guys.
Correct, because that's done verbally, but it's gotta be, you've gotta have it to link to the client. Okay, one enhancement that was made to the phone interview process recently was we no longer, when we're doing the RX check, there's no need to ask the client for their list of prescriptions if we get a positive back on the RX check. So that's gonna take away the time it was when the client's taking out all their pill bottles and trying to read the prescription into the person. We don't miss it. That's great. Does anybody miss that?
I still have to do it.
Okay.
I have to do it.
If they don't have anything that comes back on the RX,
Right.
then they will ask the question, what medications are you currently taking? So what we were finding though is the majority, they were coming back with something on the RX. So then we were getting the information, thus we didn't need to have the client repeat it to us during the phone call. Okay, so that'll save you time right there. Right? Is Greg Green in the room? Greg Green, would you like gold or green?
I'll take it all.
Gold. Greg wins, he's the first one. So you guys, if you have requested your link, that's gonna go on to sales support. Sales support will in turn get that link right out to you. Okay? They're gonna be pretty quick. I should actually start seeing them hit here shortly. Okay. Questions on the simplified issue, graded death benefit products. Okay, why is it advantageous to have a point of sale, to have a decision at the point of sale? You don't have to wait.
If it's a decline, you can go another route.
Decline, you can go another route.
If you're replacing another company, you can take it off the bank draft.
Okay, you can take the other company off the bank draft, so we don't draft again. If it's a replacement, the client has their coverage.
Get paid faster.
You get paid faster. How's that?
That's awesome.
Okay, yes, you will get paid faster. That goes in, everything processes overnight, the certificate's gonna go out right away. Again, client has their coverage, and you're gonna get paid faster. Definitely a win-win for you and for your client. What if you get a condition that you're unaware of, you've got a question on the, going through the medical questions, and you're not sure if they're gonna fall into the simplified or the graded, or even if they're gonna qualify for coverage? What do you need to do? Call underwriting, okay? You have direct access to our underwriters. If it's a simplified issue case, the case managers can handle those questions. They've been trained so that they can go through and they can give you the response that the underwriter would give you. They've got the same resources available. How about for your fully underwritten products? outside of calling underwriting, which you do have two, we have our field underwriting guide. And this is applicable for all of our fully underwritten products. Our whole life, the essential whole life, youth essential, the two UL products, as well as the single premium product. Your field underwriting guide is a great tool. Okay, this is not a marketing brochure. You're not going to see a lot of pretty pictures in here. Okay, this is compiled by underwriting, and it gives you, first off, the height weight chart found on page 7. Anybody get the memo? We raised weights for women about 10% recently. Okay, we were pretty restricted when it came to our weight chart on the female side. We've now gone back and modified that chart and have moved the weights up to be in line with more of our competitors. So we raised them approximately 10% from where they were to where they are today. I think that really helps us out in the fully underwritten world. Now moving into the medical conditions, starting on page 8. The medical conditions, this is 80% of the conditions that the underwriters were taking calls on are now compiled into one nice little guide for you. So if I have a diabetic, diabetes, pretty prevalent in today's society, a diabetic would normally start out at table 2. Okay? However, they may still qualify for standard. The questions that we need to ask our client prior to calling underwriting would be age of onset, their current A1C level, and a list of medications. With that information, the underwriter can give you a ballpark rating right there over the phone. The one thing that the mobile app does not do is run any table-rated cases. So if it's a table-rated case on a whole life, you can contact our sales support team and they'll get you taken care of. The underwriter will actually transfer you over to sales support and we'll give you the quote right there. So definitely a good resource for you to use is going to be your field underwriting guide. Questions on underwriting? Anytime you call in, you know, it's always, I've got a client who. If you take a look again, look at what questions you need to ask the client, and then call in. You can give that information for a pretty accurate ballpark rating back from our underwriters. So if you have a simplified issue, you can contact your case manager. A risk assessment, a full risk assessment, can go to the underwriters, and then the underwriters will ballpark it right there for you. All right, who in here is called sales support? Why do we call sales support? Run that by me again. Okay, client's health conditions, which in turn will get you to underwriting. Okay, why else would we call sales support?
Quotes about internet access.
Quotes if you don't have internet access. What else? This team is brochures. I need a copy of a brochure. Okay, this team is phenomenal. They will do everything but ink the application for you. Okay? You can call them. They're open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. and that's Arizona time. So currently it's a 2-hour time difference. And they will do, again, everything but ink that application for you. Once daylight savings time hits on the 13th, it'll be a 3-hour time difference. So they'll be open from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern. Okay, sales support, again, if you need a quote, I need an illustration. My information's on the backside too, but I want to get you the sales support info. I need a quote, I need an illustration, I need a copy of a form. Okay, whatever it is, I've got a client who, and they can help you work through that client and help determine what's going to be the best product for your client. Okay. Definitely don't be afraid to use them. They're all former agents. for one reason or another, I'm fortunate to have them working for me. They chose not to be out in the field like you are, but they've got your background. They walked in your shoes. So they know what you're going through, and they're going to do everything they can to help you out. If you get jammed up on your website login, okay, your resources through the agent website, if you can't get it figured out, call them. We can oftentimes go in, reset it back behind the scenes, get you taken care of, and re-register you without any problem, and all within a matter of minutes. Everything that they try to do, they try to do on that single call. They want to make sure that you're taken care of during that call so that you don't have to call back. Not that we don't want to hear from you, but you need to be out making money, not calling into us, again, because we forgot to do something for you. So use them. They're a great resource. They're a powerful tool. Again, toll free. You've got the number right there on the back of my card, which is what you have. Their number, underwriting's number, instead of option 5, it's just option 1. So if you want to note that on your card, underwriting new business is option 1 instead of option 5. It's option 1, option 1. We'll take you into underwriting. Questions so far? All right, everybody just stand up and stretch real quick. I know it's warm in here. I know it's in the mid-afternoon. Just stand up and stretch real quick for me.
Oh, it's comfortable. You rub it down.
I told you we were going to take get some tape and duct tape my card over it. Get a Sharpie. Okay, the last two products that we're going to talk about today are an Essential Life product, the Whole Life product, and also our single premium Whole Life product. Okay? Starting with the Essential Life and the Youth Essential. Right, this is the same product between the two. The only difference is the Youth goes down to age 0. We start coverage at 15 days, and then it goes down to a $10,000 minimum. Okay? Why would I choose, if I'm out with a client, why would I choose to start talking about Youth Essential Whole Life? Scholarships. What about their insurability? Is insurability usually better when you're younger?
Yes.
Yes. Okay? It's cheaper. Okay? For the Youth Essential product, we will write 50% base amount of what the parents have in force. So if the parents have a total of $200,000 in force, we will write up to $100,000 per child. Okay? And that includes group insurance through work. It includes any other coverage that they may have. It does not have to be with us. But that's how we're going to determine how much we're going to write. Yes, sir.
If the parents have, say, 100,000 each, and hypothetically say they got 5 children, you can do 100,000 on each child up to that amount that the parents.
Yes. Okay. That's going to be key too. Is looking at that. You're going to do 5 individuals, 1 on each child, because if you go to our field, back to the field underwriting guideline, we do have. When we look at it, the beneficiary and ownership information toward the back on page 13, we look at child, if the grandparents take out the children, we look at the conditions there. Base amounts under $25,000, other grandchildren must have similar amounts of coverage. So if we're talking to a grandparent, then we can look at that for grandchildren. Okay? Again, all children must have similar face amounts. Now, it could vary because of premiums. Say grandma wants to spend $15 a month on each grandchild. Obviously, it's going to vary based on, the face amount is going to vary based on the grandchild. Now, what's great about that, too, is I can pull out my calculator again. I can input the information. So if I've got a 2-year-old female, and I type in the whole life product. Instead of face amount, I just click on premium, and then I enter, I'll just leave it at 20. And I click on calculate, it's gonna give me the face amount, $59,375. So it will solve for your premium, or you can solve for your face amount by entering the premium. Okay, so it's real handy. Now, if we're selling the Youth Essential, the one thing that I recommend putting on all Youth Essential products is the Guaranteed Insurability Rider. And why do I want to put a Guaranteed Insurability Rider on a child policy? They can increase their coverage at later dates. Amounts to $25,000. That's going to be key. Lock in their insurability. I can increase at later dates. God forbid should something happen to that child and their insurability is no longer there, and we didn't put GIR on it. They've got their base plan, but they may be uninsurable.
What happens when a grandparent takes a policy out for a child and then they pass? What happens to the policy?
So the grandparent takes out the policy on the child, and the grandparent passes. The grandparent's the owner. We would get a new owner at that time. Normally it would pass down to the parent, or depending on the age of the child may assume the certificate.
But so Royal Neighbors actively is involved in ensuring that that policy doesn't lapse.
Right.
Non-payment.
Yes. Yeah, we would want to continue that policy for that child. Okay, two choices when you're writing a youth policy is a 20-pay life and the level pay. So I can actually condense premium payments down to 20 years. If I have a newborn, what better than to be able to gift them a certificate of coverage when they turn 20 years old that's fully paid up, with that guaranteed insurability rider on there. So then they can increase and continue if they wish. The level pay, obviously the premiums are leveled to age 121. That's going to be a little bit less expensive. But again, on the children, I would run both scenarios, a 20 pay and a level pay. Okay, coverage does go down to $10,000, again with the children. Once they turn age 18, or if we anybody that's 18 or older, we have our essential whole life product for them. $25,000 minimum base. And that goes up 18 to 80. So we've got life paid up at 65 option. We've got our life paid at 65, our level pay, and then our 20 pay. So we can actually, on a 60-year-old, condense premium payments down to a 5-year period and have a fully paid up certificate. Now, if we talk about the simplified issue, that started at age 50, it ran to 85. Our whole life starts at 18 to 85. What if I've got somebody that's 60 years old and in good health? What should I be looking at? 60-year-old in good health, what are we going to look at? What do you think? Whole life or simplified issue whole life?
Definitely.
Yep.
Well,
Probably whole life. Okay, why do I want to look at whole life? Less expensive. Okay, they can get a higher death benefit. Even if they're only looking for $25,000, that's, you know, the maximum on the simplified, the minimum on the essential whole life. But if they're in good condition, I'm going to look at the whole life. Remember, that calculator is going to give you everything that you need, and it'll tell you exactly what products are available for them. So at that 65-year-old, you do have all 4 products on the calculator available. Dollar for dollar, the essential whole life is going to be priced a lot less expensive than the simplified. Okay? Conversely, if they're a table rated case on the essential whole life and they're heavily rated, take a look at the simplified issue whole life, because the premiums may be lower on the simplified issue whole life than they would be for a rated essential life product. Okay, I know it doesn't make sense, But with the table ratings, it's gonna increase that premium. We price the ratings in with the simplified issue. You don't have to worry about that high rating, and they can still qualify. I had one last week. It was like table 6 on a 70-year-old. The Essential Whole Life was more expensive than the simplified issue. So they went ahead and wrote the simplified issue. Okay. Questions there?
Any chance of a guaranteed UL coming out in the next couple of years?
Not within the next couple of years. The question was, do we see a guaranteed UL product coming out within the next couple of years? I would say no, not at this time. Things that we are working on. Number one, for third quarter this year, fingers crossed, term on an electronic platform. Okay, so you're at your computer, you're sitting across from Mr. and Mrs. Client, you're completing the application right there on the computer, you hit go, it's going to render a decision right back to you at that time. Okay, hopefully third quarter. Okay, again, fingers crossed. That's what our next product's going to be. After that, we are looking at a participating whole life product. I have not yet heard GUL on the docket yet. Good question, one I bring up quite often. Okay. Let's go back to our calculator and the Agent Mobile app and what's coming next for that. Okay. Pending business will be available on your phone. It'll be updated several times throughout the day. Okay, we're just finishing up a couple of projects and we're moving into the testing stage for that. So I'll be able to see a pending business report on my phone, see any outstanding requirements, when they were ordered, when they were received. Right there, updated again several times throughout the day. Okay, that's coming up. Once that hits, you will have a separate login for security purposes, because obviously we're transmitting client data now. Once you log in and get everything established, you only need a 4-digit PIN. Okay, so a little bit of a step forward into what we're doing technology-wise. How many Apple users do we have in the room? Okay, quite a few. What if you were able to take a picture of a whole life app and submit it via your phone or your iPad? Okay, I have an iPad right now in my desk drawer because I don't know how to use it. No, I'm just kidding. We're getting ready to test the ability to take a picture of your app, your replacement forms, driver's license, all the pertinent information that you'll need for that client. You can actually transmit it, and you'll have the option of transmitting at that time or when you're available over Wi-Fi. So again, if we're 2.5 hours away with the client and there's not real good reception out there, I can picture, boom, 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 store it. I go home, connect to my Wi-Fi, boom, I transmit right to Royal Neighbors electronically with that capability. Okay, so those are the two things that are coming up technology-wise. The third one, which the announcement hasn't gone out on yet, was we now have the ability to complete electronically applications for the whole life product and for the UL product. It's through DocuSign. All parties must be present. The insured, the owner, and the applicant, or the insured, owner, agent, all have to be present. You will all electronically sign at that time. You'll fill everything out. It will send it to us electronically. So we are moving away from paper more and more and more. Right? I know what a pain paper is. I remember hauling around everything in my briefcase because I didn't know what app I was going to take for what company. Now if we can go pure electronic, it's definitely going to help everybody out. So technology-wise, DocuSign is available if you go out to the agent website, agent.royalneighbors.org. There is a banner ad out there. You can go out and start taking a look at that. Poke through it a little bit. Just don't get to the point where you're ready to submit the app unless you've got an app to submit. But you can start to become familiar with it. We're going to be recording a webinar on that tomorrow. That webinar will go out with the announcement for DocuSign later this week. So you've got DocuSign moving that way. You can take pictures on the Apple platform. After the Apple platform's good, developer's gonna finalize the Android platform, then we can take pictures with our Android. And so we're moving in the electronic arena. I'm pretty excited about it. I think it's definitely gonna help us out, not just as a carrier, but you as an agent as well.
How about taking the first premium payment with the check, taking a picture of it?
Yes. Question was, how about taking a picture of a check, taking the first premium? Excuse me, and the answer to that is yes. You will be able to do that. Okay. Any questions over what we've covered today?
The DocuSign is more for the essential.
The Essential Whole Life and the UL products at this time.
And they'll be available when?
It's available right now.
Yeah?
The announcement just hasn't gone out yet. Okay, the last product I want to hit on is our single premium whole life product. This is a great product for the client who is not intending on drawing income from a sum of money. They want to leave it behind. They want to leverage a current asset, purchase a high death benefit or a higher death benefit than what their premium would buy. So I make one premium payment into the contract and I purchase a death benefit. So I go out to Agent Access, I get back out to my calculator, back to my 65-year-old female. I click on single premium whole life. I click on you're gonna use the default of 10,000 for premium. That tells me I'm gonna buy a face amount of $18,553. Okay, that's simple. This is great for CDs that are coming due, that they're not making anything on, they're never planning on taking the income. What better way to take 10,000 and turn it into 18,500 than buy through a single premium whole life?
What if they already have a policy with you guys, but then they want to see the premium and do that?
Yes, if they have a policy with us right now and then they want a single premium, yes, they can do that. 45 to 80 are the issue ages, $10,000 minimum premium. What's great about it too is we only underwrite on net amount at risk. So if we open up, it'll tell us exactly what the underwriting requirements are. And I'm going to make sure that these have been updated. Our net amount at risk, anything under 50,000 is going to be a telephone interview with one of our underwriters. So you're going to talk again direct to our underwriters. We'll do the MIB and the RX profile in the background. They'll complete the application. You'll conduct that interview. Once that's done, you have the approval ahead of time. Then you send the app in. Once everything's in, you're good to go. Okay, if you send an app in with the check, what's going to happen then? Client gets her coverage, and you get what? You get paid. Okay? It's a 1035 exchange. If it's coming over from an old UL or a bunch of old whole life policies, here collectively, then we'll wait and hold it until all the funds are in before we issue the single premium whole life. Now, what's nice about this too is our standard on the SPWL is priced up to a table 4. So if they were to be substandard up to a table 4, they'll still come in as a standard risk on the single premium. Very competitive product. Okay? Very competitive on the single premium. All right, any questions on essential whole life, single premium, simplified issue, underwriting, member benefits? Yes, sir.
On these applications, I've never done one of these before, but if that's what the question asked, if a person, a single person, if you either use FaceTime or Skype or something of that nature, does that count as?
Let them know, just disclose that.
Okay.
The question is that the application states, did you see the person? Okay? And if you use FaceTime or Skype, disclose it on the application. I Skype with the person, verified their ID. You know, that way you'll have it right there. Good question. Other questions today? Yes, the cookies were baked fresh. No, I am not taking them with me. Anybody see that? All right. Did the third sign-in sheet make it around? Okay. Did everybody sign in?
Somebody.
Okay. We can just scoot that back to the back. That'd be great. All right, well, I want to thank you for your time this afternoon. Been a pleasure to be here. If you've got any questions, please make sure you're calling sales support. They always know when I'm out doing meetings because of the emails. The email volume goes way up right away, asking for coupon codes. They'll harass me tomorrow morning when I'm back in the office. So thank you for your time today. Please take a look at Agent Access, the mobile app. Get out there if you have not yet downloaded it for Android. Hit the Google Play Store. iPad, iPhone, you do need a coupon code for each individual thing that you're going to have it on. And then you're good to go without any internet connection. So, again, thank you everyone. Have a wonderful day.